Good morning, and welcome to your weekly message from First Congregational Church, Milford, New Hampshire. I'm your pastor, Al Hoyt. Today is Thursday, January 25th. At 7:30 this evening will be choir rehearsal. On Saturday, January 27th at 10 a.m., folks will be setting up for the annual meeting in the parish house. On Sunday, January 28th, at 9 a.m. is adult Bible study in the parish house parlor. At 10 a.m. is our live church service, which is also live streamed. Immediately following the church service is the 185th annual meeting. Please bring your annual report to the meeting. You can attend via Zoom. A link will be set out. If you're attending via Zoom, please make sure that your name is visible on your sign-in so that they can count you and that your vote can be counted. If we can't identify you, we can't count your vote. There will be a light lunch served. Tuesday, January 30th, the Souhegan Valley Chorus will be rehearsing here in the sanctuary from 6:30 to 9. Thursday, February 1st, from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., the Lifeline Health Screening Service will be being held in the parish house. From 9:30 to 1:30 on Thursday, you can drive up to pick up your communion elements if you're one of those who worships from home. And at 7:30, of course, is choir rehearsal. On Friday, February 2nd, you can drive up to pick up your communion elements from 9:30 to 1:30 p.m. Carol asked me to remind folks that we still need volunteers for coffee hour. As I've said before, I think coffee hour is an important part of our fellowship here, and we need volunteers to do that coffee hour. If we don't have volunteers, we won't have coffee hour. So now comes the dull part. The call of the annual meeting. 185th Annual Meeting of the First Congregational Church, United Church of Christ, Milford, New Hampshire, will be held in the parish house on Sunday, January 28th, 2024, immediately following the Sunday worship service. The Sunday service is at 10 a.m., and the church and parish house are located at 10 Union Street, Milford, New Hampshire. The 2023 annual reports of all staff, officers, boards, committees, and organizations of the church will be presented and acted upon. The following resolutions have been approved by the Church Council to come before the annual meeting. Resolution 1. The trustees request permission to enter into an agreement to install a new solar array on the south roof of the church. 30% of the project will be funded by the Inflation Reduction Act. The current estimated out-of-pocket cost to the church is $82,500. The trustees recommend that no more than 75% of the capital repair fund be used to fund this project. Upon approval of the resolution, the trustees will solicit tax-deductible donations to help fund the project. Resolution number 2. The nominating committee requests congregation members to remain in their current positions, if willing to do so, while the governance committee completes its work on bylaw revisions and can present to the full congregation for action. So yesterday, during the daily devotional, a gentleman by the name of Fiwa Langeni wrote a devotional based on one of my favorite Psalms, Psalm 100. And he quotes the first line of Psalm 100 as, "Make a joyful noise to the Lord, all the earth." Psalm 100, verse 1. And Fiwa writes, "Do you make that much noise when you're by yourself?" my daughter asked me as we worked independently in the same room together. Until she'd asked, I wasn't aware of all the random sounds falling out of my mouth and emerging from my fidgety hands while concentrating. A few days later, working alone in my room, I texted her, "Apparently I do." The psalmist seems to be inviting us to something I've only recently discovered. Unlike the absent-minded and annoying noises that occur when I complete tedious tasks, I've noticed my noises are more pleasant when I'm engaged in things I actually feed my joy. Now, I can't help but wonder if this directive is less about making noises that others find pleasing and more about a call for us to boisterously pursue and do the things that bring us joy. Surely all the earth is equipped with a beautifully diverse capacity to make that noise joyful. Maybe for you it's producing noise with an instrument or your vocal cords. It could also be the sounds that involuntarily escape your body in the throes of passion. Perhaps it's the steady hum of a sewing machine, or the click of knitting needles as you fashion your next creation, or the rasp of a pencil traipsing across the empty page. Whatever noises accompany the activities that bring you the greatest joy, make them. It's biblical. And Fiwa offers this prayer. Encourage us to experience the things that bring you and us joy, extravagant God. Entice us to choose delight, contentment, and pleasure. Embolden us to be noisy about it too. Amen. As I said, Psalm 100 is one of my favorites of all time. It has been converted to songs and poetry and all kinds of things, and there have been dozens and dozens of anthems written based on Psalm 100, including one that was commissioned right here for our own Brian Whittier to write. Please join me in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. So we have a big weekend coming up with our annual meeting. Lots of things going on. Hopefully the weather won't be too bad, but we hope to see most of you here. And until then, take good care of yourself. Take good care of each other. And God bless you all.